With some last-minute intrigues in horse trading, our sister publication these days projecting a former governor of Lagos State, often addressed as the national leader of the All Progressive Congress APC, Ballot Tinubu, to emerge the party's presidential candidates for the 2023 elections. According to exit polls, Tinubu is likely to win most of the Northwest, most of the Southwest, and some North Central, and doing well in some other places. Indications are that the odds might have favored Tinubu began to manifest after some of the aspirants started to stand down their aspirations and declare support for him, and urged their delegates to vote for him at the convention. As at 5 a.m. this morning, the voting was still far from halfway to conclusion. Voting had to be halted due to fears of security of the process. So there's a lot to talk about this morning, a lot to talk about. But these days, saying exit polls talking about projected win for him, I will say little too early for that. Except I see the numbers, except we crunch the numbers properly and the numbers start to come in from the delegate count, we'll say too close to call. Very early days. I'm not going to say too close to call because there's nothing too close to call because I don't have the numbers, but very early days. Tunde, you want to talk about this?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to jump the gun either, but what is clear at this point, even while voting is still underway in Abuja, is that the APC has managed once again to pull a rabbit out of the hat. Same as they did during the National Convention back in March when the national chairman was elected or selected. It always appears that APC is going to undergo really ugly, knock-down, drag-out fights. But at the end, it always turns out seamless, smooth. There was this running joke yesterday as we saw several aspirants step down in favor of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. There was a joke that was making the rounds that President Buhari too will soon step down for Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. And that I thought was so funny because it did appear quite a rancorous process going into this APC primaries. It appeared that for the Southwest, for example, was not unified at all since there were all these different aspirants from the same zone as the political behemoth of that zone, who was Asiwaju Tinubu. But on the night, many of them stepped down for him. So it does appear that APC always manages somehow and some way to create order out of chaos. As for President Buhari, he also comes out of this process so far smelling of roses because he did not impose his will, or it does not appear that he imposed his will on the party, which would have been a huge setback where internal democracy is concerned. It would have been a huge setback where APC as a political party is concerned, because a lot of people might have felt hard done by, and in their disgruntlement, they might have decided to defect from the party or work against the party. It does not appear at this point that that has happened. So he is looking, this is on President Buhari, like a real Democrat at this point. But we await the results, and I don't want to jump the gun, as I said earlier. Dr. Abati?
But what we have seen so far is that in terms of organization, concerns have been expressed about the organization of this APC convention going on here in Abuja, particularly with the fact that although accreditation of delegates started at the International Conference Center around 10 a.m. Yesterday morning, delegates didn't start arriving at the venue until about 4 p.m. And, actual convention didn't begin until about 7:43 p.m. in the evening when the president arrived. However, another concern, of course, is that that convention, the voting has been going on since yesterday. First, we had the delegates presenting their manifestos, as it were. But also, around 4 a.m., there was some disruption. There were persons found in the place, hawkers, people selling all kinds of things, persons who were not, party delegates or agents who are taking over the arena. So in terms of security, there were also hitches at that, convention. But of course, the chairman of the convention organizing committee and also of the voting committee took over and managed to restore that. So relatively, in terms of the organization of this convention, it hasn't quite been a smooth process. And as it were, by 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m. this morning, we saw many people lying around. People were sleepy. Some were perpetually munching something, which we imagine will be kola nut or or bitter cola or sweets just to remain awake. But we seem to be getting to a point on the program when the counting of voting will soon begin. Many of the states having voted. But the high point of it, although you say you don't want to jump the gun, Tundun, is the projection on the front page of this day newspaper this morning of the exit poll, which the newspaper is saying will seem to favor Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And I think that projection is on the basis of the assumption that it will take most of the Northwest, most of the North Central, and also pick up votes elsewhere, and also perhaps also pick up majority of the votes in the Southwest. And also the fact that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who had made it clear, along with others, that he would not just subscribe to the idea of consensus candidacy, had 7 aspirants, stepping down for him, from Governor Kayode Fayemi, who says he would rather respect his elders, and who stepped down for Asiwaju, to, Mama Day on board, the only female candidate there, Barrister Uju Kennedy Ohaneye, who said, Mama don't come. But at the end of the day, Mama said, although he's representing women, he would rather choose Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And then, of course, Senator Godswill Akpabio, Senator Ibikunle Amosun, Honorable Dimeji Bankole, who said, he wants to grow up and become an elder too. And for that reason, he will respect, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So you have 7 of them stepping down for him. And that was the high point of that convention as we have seen it. But the details are in the numbers. Many of those details, only Senator Godswill Akpabio declared that he came prepared to the convention with 93 delegates, and that he would give all the 93 delegates to Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The others did not state, the number of delegates that they were going to deliver. But in terms of moral signaling, in terms of the symbolism of it, in terms of adding color to the entire exercise, I think that must have bolstered the confidence of, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And I guess it's on the basis of all these details that the newspapers are projecting that he may to be clearly ahead. But we will need to see the votes first. We will need to see the numbers. As for Vice President Osinbajo, it had Dr. Nicholas Felix, 40-year-old, he said he is, and that is the youngest person, in that process. He too stepped down for Vice President Osinbajo on one ground, that he does not subscribe to the possibility of having a Muslim ticket. And he thought for purposes of equity and balance, it is important to support a Christian. For me, those were the high points, apart from the entertainment, the high entertainment value of the convention so far. We saw Rotimi Amechi, former Minister of Transportation, dancing. And then we also saw Barrister Uju Kennedy Ohaneye, also dancing after endorsing Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But we'll see how all of this plays out. We've been doing saturation reporting from this end in Abuja. But I guess before noon, it will be clear who will be the winner. And who that winner is, we'll have to compare with the candidate of the People's Democratic Party.
All right. Thanks so much, Dr. Bati. So for me, we have to be very careful with numbers, because the way I know exit polls are done, after an election, you go to meet people that voted and you ask them, how did they vote? When they tell you how they vote, you take an empirical sample size and you collate them and you put them as exit polls. That's how exit polls are done. So if nothing of that sort has been done, I'll say let's wait for the numbers. Because a lot of people did step down for Bola Ahmed Tinubu yesterday. But the question is, do they have the delegate blowout? Do they have the delegate number? A lot of those that stepped down. Can we say Senator Ibikunle Amosun has a delegate number? Can we say Mr. Boroface has got the delegate number? Can we say Godswill Akpabio has got the delegate number? Can delegates from Akwa Ibom even vote? Are there court issues around that? So it is incumbent on us to wait for the numbers so we can get all the numbers in. And if anybody emerges at the end of the day be it Ashiwaju as it is being projected, we'll say big congratulations for him. Another part for me I'd like to talk about what happened yesterday was the fact that politicians don't take this country seriously at all. The quality of speeches. People were given 2 minutes to be able to articulate their plan for Nigeria, and only maybe 1 or 2 speeches really hit it home. Some thought it was a joke, some thought it was a circus, some thought it was time to come and praise the outgoing president. At some point, I felt President Buhari was even on the ballot because it was just about praises for President Buhari. And I wonder, I'm sure the politicians out there did not forget that that was one of the most watched shows in Nigerian television calendar this year. And you were speaking to millions of Nigerians, not just here, but in the diaspora, that wanted to hear what you had a chance to do for Nigeria. But some of them couldn't just hit it. So I wonder if our aspirants cannot articulate what they want to do for Nigeria in 2-3 minutes. And they went on. And even if you had given some of them an hour, they will not still hit it. I think this is something we should really watch in this country. Another point I would like to make is, yes, some people say organization went well, but did it truly go well? Let's interrogate the organization. There was supposed to be a consensus. It was because a lot of them did not agree. That's why you saw a lot of them on the ballot yesterday, and they were still given a chance to speak out there. Some of them outrightly said, okay, I'm not going to be part of this. So they went out. People like Emeka Nwajuba wasn't even at the convention ground because it was called on again, but it wasn't there. But when you look at it, see the body language. See what happened between Yaya Bello, for instance, and the party chairman of the APC. So when you look deeply, yes, some people step down for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which is a good sign and good for him. But does it truly mean that there's unity in the party across board? Not really. When you look at it, they're still infighting. And one of the challenges of the APC, anybody that wins this will have to get around uniting the party. Because what happened yesterday, for them to open it up to that level is an indication that a lot was not agreed upon, even up to the dying minutes before the convention started. Another point I would like to make is that when the candidates were told to say what they had done, the question is, those that serve in government, is it truly them that did those projects, or is the government that did those projects? Because they kept on claiming projects that were done by the government, that the money was raised by the government, and they claimed it as their own project. That's another part. And Dr. Abati, you highlighted the part of possible, skirmishes of insecurity that stalled the process at a point, and they had to resume with the process. All in all, the supporters of the APC will say, we've been able to rally things together. Those that are disgruntled in the party will say, yes, I am not happy about it, and this is going to lead to more defections. Most importantly, what the country cares about is what Nigerians, you watching me this morning, will say in the general elections when all of this is said and done.
Welcome back to the Morning Show here on Arise News. We're still on the special coverage of the APC convention. And joining us now from Eagle Square, Abuja, is our correspondent, Ndi Amogo. Good morning.
Good morning, Tundu, Rufai, and Dr. Bassi. It's been a wonderful moment here since yesterday till this morning. How are you? The votes are being sorted now. That's the stage we're in now here in Abuja. And the agents, 2 each, have been called to stand side by side, face to face, facing each other. So what we are here now, what the stage now, like I said, is the votes are being sorted. That's where we are now.
Okay, give
Hello,
us a sense of...
Dr. Bati, Rufai,
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Indi, give us a sense of what's been happening. You said the votes have been sorted. We heard at some point they had to pause the process because of some skirmishes. What happened around that time, Indi?
Let me get you again.
They had to pause the election process at a point early hours of this morning. What happened around that time? Can you tell us what happened?
Or when they broke. Well, there was some. It has to do with organization and trying to tweak it. It had just to do with organization. So I think about once or twice or thrice the process had to be stopped to get more organized, and then it continued. But then everything seemed to have worked smoothly. But of course, before then, like you would know, all the candidates came out on the podium to speak one after the other, trying to convince the delegates why they should be the chosen candidate for the APC. And in the process, about 7 aspirants stepped down for one of the top contenders in the person of former governor of Lagos State, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I just reel out the names of those that stepped down. Jigawa State Governor Abubakar Baduru, the only lady in their midst, Uju Kennedy Ohanenye. We have Amosu, Senator Amosu, Ibukula Amosu. He stepped down. One-time Speaker of the House of Representatives, Dimeji Bankole, stepped down. You had, I'm just trying to get their names of those that stepped down. About 7 of them, I've called Badaru. Maybe in the course of the program, I will give you the names of the rest. And then the youngest aspirant, Felix Nwabo, stepped down for the Vice President, Yemi Oshibajo.
Undi, if you can hear me, I'm here in the Abuja studio. At some point around 5:30 or so, after voting had resumed, we saw a footage on the screen about former Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, approaching the voting area, and there was some noise and objection in the background. What happened exactly in that regard? Because we just kept hearing people calling his name. And was the if there was any matter, how was it resolved?
It was going to be done in alphabetical order, but it was not done in alphabetical order. I don't know what the arrangement was, whether it was by regions, but we found out that Rivers came before Ekiti. I'm talking about the delegates now, but all of them in orderly fashion voted. The process, the stage we're in now is that the agents have been called to stand 2 for each candidate, and the votes are about to be sorted. The announcer is asking whether they are ready. That is the stage we're in now here in Ego Square, Abuja, the 2022 special convention of the presidential primary of the ruling party APC.
Well, thank you for that. What news have you heard from EFCC, who turned up to the venue exactly as they did with the PDP primaries, but it does appear from where we are that the whole inducement of delegates, so what's that euphemism Dr. Abati taught me? Mobilization of delegates. It appears to have been conducted a lot more subtly, if at all, by the APC. What did you hear about that and from the EFCC officials who were present there?
Well, I personally saw the EFCC with their red overall. I think when I went to get water to drink, I saw them trying to get something themselves to eat. But the truth is that even if delegates were being induced, I mean, you can't prove that. Nobody is going to, just like you said, it will be done subtly. And nobody is going to get to do that on the convention venue. But what the EFCC probably get to do is that if there's any such intention, they're fighting whoever wants to do that. But yes, than that.
Right. Thank you so much for that, Ndiamogo. Another thing I'd like to ask you is, about the length of the process itself. Obviously, they started by over 7 o'clock yesterday, and till date, it's been over 12 hours, and it still goes on and on and on and on. Is this what they bargained for, despite the fact that the delegate number were even reduced? So if they had a full complement of their delegates, maybe we'll probably have spent 2 days here.
More than 2 days. At the beginning, everything looked well planned. Before you could get into this Eagle Square, you must have your tag. So security was tight, but along the way, everyone was open and it was all comers affair. The voting proper was supposed to start by 6, but I think it started around 7 or after 7, and up till now, the sortings are being done. It's been a long, tortuous journey, I must say. Most of us here are really tired. I've had no sleep whatsoever, and now the sorting is just beginning, and this is about 8:36. So give and take, you're looking at probably 10. I don't know, my guess, before we start thinking of getting the result, knowing the winner, and then leaving here. When I was discussing with Sambo, Director of News, it's been tacky for the APC. He said that they have to, one, learn how to manage the crowd. They've not got a hang on this. It's still not quite the way it should be. And that's why we're experiencing this long, tortuous journey in this particular convention and voting. It's not what it's supposed to be. They will have to improve on that. Rufai.
All right.
Dr. Batty?
All right.
What does the
Dr.
place
Batty?
look like in terms of people
Right.
still waiting behind? You recall that yesterday evening up till 12, after 12, the place was still jam-packed from what we could see at this end. As at 4 a.m., there were still so many people sleeping around the place. But from what I'm seeing on the screen now, it looks like many of the delegates have left, or you are on the ground, or they are waiting to monitor their votes. Because I recall, the chairman of the voting committee saying that, look, only 2 delegates are allowed per, aspirant, and 12 of them are actively in that vote. But what is the attendance like? Or is it that all the very important people have left and it's just the agents predominantly around?
You are absolutely correct, Dr. Abasi. We have the place now, just like the camera is showing, is scanty. It wasn't like this when the aspirants were giving their speech. No, it wasn't this way. The whole place was jam-packed. But now people are tired. People are worn out. It's been a long, like I said, torturous process. The seats are no longer the way it was. I mean, people have probably left or gone out to get something. But some delegates are still hanging around, waiting. To my right here, you have Lagos State. You have Lagos State, they're still there. And then you have Kwara State. And then to my left there, then to my right, you still have delegates waiting. And people, just a scanty a crowd, if you like, are milling around. But the whole place is gradually emptying out. Except, like you said, of course, the agents, 2 each, 4 each aspirant, that 2 each for the aspirants, and there's a sorting now going on. So you're absolutely right. The place is scanty now. It's not as full as it was. Around that 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 in the evening when the aspirants were delivering their speeches, and then when the votes started. After the votes, I guess, some of them would have said, what's the need waiting? We'll get to hear the result. So the place is scanty, not as full as it was earlier on.
Right,
Now,
thank you.
The announcement, the announcer is just saying that the vote counting is about to start. And Asiwaju Bola Tinubu was the one that delivered the speech first. I guess that's why they're also taking his counting first. He just announced that while I was speaking to you.
Right. Thanks so much, Indy. We'll go to Abuja now as they start to sort the ballots, the votes.
I didn't hear you, Rufai. Hello, Rufai. Hello, Rufai. If you're
Bola Tinubu. Bola Tinubu. You can't see me? Yeah? Yeah? Bola Tinubu. Bola Tinubu. 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 I don't think I need to be bringing this one behind again. Okay, thank you. Bola Tinubu. Okay, thank you. Bola Tinubu. Okay. Senator Ahmed Lawal. Senator Ahmed Lawal. Asiwaju Tinubu. Asiwaju Tinubu. 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 Ahmed Bola Tinubu. Ahmed Bola Tinubu. Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Bola Ahmed Tinubu. 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 Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. Bola Tinubu. Bola Tinubu. Bola Tinubu. Bola Tinubu. 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 Bola Tinubu. Bola Tinubu. Ahmed 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 Bola Tinubu. Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Yeah. Ahmed Tinubu. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Tinubu. Tinubu. Ahmed Bola Tinubu. Ahmed Bola Tinubu. Bola Tinubu. Bola Tinubu. Let me come. Sorry, let me go near him. Sorry. Let me come. Sorry, let me go near him. Sorry. Tinubu. Okay, Yes. Okay. Yes. It's okay. The signature. Tinubu. Okay. The signature. Tinubu. Ahmed Lawan. Ahmed Lawan. I don't Osaba. I don't. What was that? I don't Osaba. I don't. Eh? We saw Osaba. We don't know what that name means. We saw Osaba. Eh?
Osaba. It's still valid.
Look at it. Look at it. It's
It's still valid.
eh? Look at it. Look at it. It's
Osaba.
eh? No, that's not the same picture now. Look at it. Eh?
Invalid.
So this is invalid. Please. Keep it. Keep it. So this is invalid. Please. Keep it. Keep it. The signature. Tinubu. The signature. Tinubu. I can't see any signature in this. Even though they wrote Tinubu, but because there's no signature, I think we declare it invalid. The signature in this. The name is. The signature in this. I'm not sure of this name. The agents, I don't know if they can interpret it. I'm not sure of this name. Huh? Let the agents look at it, please. Huh? Let the agents look at it, please. Huh? So it's invalid. So it's invalid. Signature Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Signature Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Signature Bola Tinubu. Signature Bola Tinubu. Signature Siwaju Tinubu. Signature Siwaju Tinubu. Signature Dr. Ahmed Lawan. Signature Dr. Ahmed Lawan. Signature Ahmed Lawan. Signature Ahmed Lawan. Signature Bola Tinubu. Signature Bola Tinubu. Signature Ahmed Lawan. Signature Ahmed Lawan. Signature. Signature. Where Tinubu is clear, Ahmed. Tinubu is clearly there. Check. Where Tinubu is clear, Ahmed. Tinubu is clearly there. Check. Okay. Huh? But Tinubu is there. Tinubu is very clear. Other agents can look at it. Tinubu is very clear. Tinubu is very clear. Other agents can look at it. Tinubu is there. Please, I've been told to explain why those two cards were invalid. With those two ballots. Those names were not names we could recognize. And the agents looked at it and there was no way we could say they belong to any of the aspirants. So because of that, they are invalid ballots. The signature Ahmed Tinubu. The signature Ahmed Tinubu. The signature Amechi. The signature Amechi. Want to be seen them? Okay. Signature Bola Ahmed. That's Bola Ahmed Tinubu, right? Yeah. Let him see it, please. That's Bola Ahmed Tinubu, right? Yeah. Let him see it. Signature Bola Tinubu. Signature Bola Tinubu. Signature. Yemi Osibanjo. Signature. Yemi Osibanjo. Signature. Chibike Rotimi Amechi. Chibike Rotimi Amechi. Signature. Tinubu. Signature. Tinubu. Huh? Bring it, let's show it to others now. Please look through it. Bring it, let's show it to others now. Please look through it. So the agent said we should leave it. It's Tinubu. The agent said we should leave it. It's Tinubu. I know, but most of the agents have looked at it. We believe it's Tinubu, please. No, please. Signature, Chubike Rotimi Amechi. Signature, Chubike Rotimi Amechi. Signature, Ahmed Lawa. Signature, Ahmed Lawa. Signature, Ahmed Tinubu. Signature, Ahmed Tinubu. Signature, Tinubu. Signature, Tinubu. Signature, Rotimi Amechi. Signature, Rotimi Amechi. Signature, Bola Tinubu. Signature, Bola Tinubu. Signature, Ahmed Asiwaju Tinubu. Ahmed Asiwaju Tinubu. Signature, Bola Tinubu. Signature, Bola Tinubu. Signature, Bola Tinubu. Signature, Bola Tinubu. Signature, Ahmed Bola Tinubu. Signature, Ahmed Bola Tinubu. Signature, Bola Tinubu. Signature, Bola Tinubu. Signature, Yemi Osibanjo. Signature. Ahmed Tinubu. Signature, Tinubu. Signature, Bola Ahmed. Signature, Bola Tinubu. Signature, Tinubu. Signature, Bola Tinubu. Signature, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. Signature, Bola Tinubu. Signature, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Signature, Bola Tinubu. Signature, Bola Tinubu. Signature, Bola Tinubu. Signature, Bola Tinubu. Signature, Yemi Osibanjo. Signature, Bola Tinubu. Signature, Bola Tinubu. Signature Ahmed Bola Tinubu. Signature Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Signature Bola Tinubu. Signature Bola Tinubu. Signature Bola Tinubu. Signature Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Signature Bola Tinubu. Signature Tinubu. Signature the road PYO. Do we accept for Pastor Yemi Osibanjo? Okay. Thank you. Signature PYO. Signature Professor Yemi Osibanjo. Signature Yemi Osibanjo. Signature Tinubu Asiwaju. Signature Yemi Osibanjo. Signature Bola Tinubu. Signature Bola Tinubu. Eh? Bring it out. Can I bring the other one? I'll bring it in from here. Leave it. It's okay, leave it. Signature Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Signature Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. Signature Professor Yemi Osibanjo. Signature Bola Tinubu. Signature Bola Tinubu. Signature Tinubu Bola. Signature Bola Ahmed. Signature Bola Tinubu. Signature Bola Tinubu. Signature Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Signature Asiwaju Tinubu. Signature Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. Signature 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 Professor Osibanjo. Signature Rotimi Amechi. Signature Tinubu. Signature Yemi Osibanjo. Signature Bola Tinubu. Signature Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Signature Tinubu. Signature Osibanjo. Signature Bola Tinubu. Signature Tinubu. Rotimi Amechi. Signature Tinubu Bola. Signature Professor Yomi Osibanjo. Signature Rotimi Amechi. Signature Tinubu. Signature Bola Tinubu. Signature Tinubu. Signature Yaya Bello. Signature Professor Osibanjo. Signature Professor Yemi Osibanjo. Signature Rotimi Amechi. Signature Tinubu. Signature Osibanjo. Signature Yemi Osibanjo. Sorry. Signature Tinubu Bola. Signature Ahmed Bola Tinubu. Signature Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Signature Tinubu Bola. Signature Bola Ahmed. Signature Bola Tinubu. Signature Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Signature Bola Tinubu. Signature Bola Tinubu. Signature Tinubu. Signature Tinubu. Signature Bola Tinubu. Signature Tinubu. Signature Tinubu. Signature Tinubu. Signature Tinubu. Signature Bola Tinubu. Signature Bola Tinubu. Signature Tinubu. Signature Tinubu. Signature Tinubu. Signature Tinubu. Signature Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Signature, Bola Tinubu. Signature, Tinubu. Signature, Bola Tinubu. Signature, Tinubu. Signature, Tinubu. Signature, Bola Tinubu. I think there are a few remaining. Can I put it on the ground, please? For the few remaining. Sorry. Just two. Okay. Now, yeah. Go put your hand. Just put your hand. Yaya Bello. Signature, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Signature, Bola Ahmed. Signature, Tinubu. Signature, Tinubu. Signature, Bola Tinubu. Signature, Bola Tinubu. Signature, Bola Tinubu. Signature, Bola Tinubu. Signature, Yaya Bello. Signature, Yaya Bello. Signature, I believe this is Amechi. You can look at it. I want you to look at it, but I think it's Amechi clearly. Yes. Signature, Bola Ahmed. Okay. Signature, Tinubu. Can somebody please be showing him? I beg, please be showing him. Be showing him, please. Signature, Tinubu. Signature, Tinubu. Signature, Tinubu. Signature, Bola Tinubu. Signature, Tinubu. Signature, Yomi. I think it's only one Yomi we have. I think we agree only one Yomi. Signature, Bola Ahmed. Bola Ahmed. Well, in the same spirit, we took Yomi. This is, but I think what they were trying to write is Amechi. Please look at it. I believe it's Amechi they were trying to write. Thank you. Please take it. You want to also see it? They will show you. Signature, Bola Ahmed. Signature, Bola Ahmed. Bola Tinubu. Signature, Bola Tinubu. Signature, Bola Tinubu. Signature, Rotimi. I think it's only one Rotimi we have. Signature, Bola Tinubu. Signature, Bola Ahmed. Bola Ahmed. Signature, Bola Tinubu. 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 Signature, Tinubu. Signature, Bola Tinubu. Signature, Amechi. Signature, Rotimi. Signature, Bola Tinubu.